Roads? It's the Ernest Hancock Show. Where we're going, there aren't any roads.
Hey, welcome back to the Clear Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock, here in Phoenix, Arizona, where it's nice and chilly. We got snow around the valley. That's right. Starting a new year. Global warming not going here, I guess. You know, the ficus trees that we have in the front yard. You know, I'm glad we're moving because this is the second time those things froze to death. You know, and they grew up again over a few years. Now they're going again. I'm like, Arr. So, you know, global warming. Well, you know, Russell Pierce is now president of the Senate. This is the guy that has been, you know, made his name, immigrants. And what are they using it for? So, Drew, tell us what this immigrant thing is going to be all about.
We're being invaded by cheap labor who wants to buy our products and services and wants to, be productive members of society. And that's a bad thing. So we need to get rid of them. Hello. All right. Anyway, so yeah, we're being invaded by cheap labor, and we should get rid of them because that's not good, apparently. So, well, the thing, I'll stop kidding. But the thing about what I said earlier was the budget is, sideways, and the state is broke, and I'm probably going to have to pay for that. And yet all we're talking about is immigration. This kickoff of the legislative session, and the big thing is immigration, and we're going to repeal the 14th Amendment and get rid of anchor babies.
Now talk about that. What is that issue?
It's not an issue to me, but apparently to Russell and a lot of the conservatives, they're unhappy with the fact that there's a mass immigration coming across the border. And actually, I think that's slowing down and going the other way.
Right.
But to them, that's a problem, and they want to do something about that. So, and Russell actually, and this is just what I hear from the lamestream media, but so his big thing was 1070, the immigration bill. That was his baby. And then now he wanted to do this, get rid of the 14th Amendment thing and get rid of the anchor babies. And
okay, define what anchor baby is.
Okay, an anchor baby is if an immigrant comes over here and a woman is pregnant and she gives birth to a child in the United States, that child is now a U.S. citizen. And they're scared that this newborn is going to immediately jump onto welfare. And I don't know.
Well, get rid of the welfare.
Right. So and the argument that immigrants are taking up all the welfare is ludicrous because it's mostly Americans that are on welfare. It's not illegals that are on welfare. It's mostly American citizens. But so the point I want to make about this though is that he decided to back off it. Russell did because it was too controversial or whatever. But every Republican in the legislature jumped at the opportunity to I'll introduce that. Okay, if Russell doesn't want to go, then I'll introduce that. And then now this is going to be the biggest issue of 2011 when, like I said, the issue that, I'm with you. They're the problem, and I just don't even want to interact with them. But this budget thing is going to directly impact me and other people who live in the state of Arizona.
Okay, so the show of force down there, was there any activist groups doing anything, or was it all cops?
It was all cops. There was, like I said, when I was driving around, I saw one guy with a sign. Didn't recognize the gentleman, but he just had a big sign that said something about Jan Brewer being an idiot. And I looked for him later, and I was going to just see what he was all about, but I didn't end up running into him. I ran into another activist friend of mine who was just there kind of checking it out, not trying to make a scene. He just wanted to see what was going on, so he went down there. And I didn't see any protesters. I didn't see anybody against anything. It was all everyone was pro Jan Brewer, and yeah, there was Department of Public Safety with Highway Patrol. A lot of them, the Capitol Police, Phoenix Police, and like they had SWAT vans. They had 2 green DPS. I mean, they look like military.
More than you've ever seen before.
I'm trying to remember what event but yeah, the Capitol. That was the biggest display of force I've ever seen at the state Capitol.
I've been to a lot of these. I mean, even Napolitano's thing and governor over the years. And I tell you what happened the last time when what was that? 06. They had in 06 and in subsequent years, the big displays that they had were all Homeland Security vendors. They were showing legislators, showing off, look at our great deployment. Like these scissor hydraulic things that go, cherry picker deals that they're putting in the Walmart parking lots and so on. Those were being heavily pushed years ago. So I could see where this was going. It's all this homeland security thing. And they were showing, yes, we can close the border with this technology and this technology and this technology. You need to pass a bill so we can get this out there. And we already got a senator that's doing it and you need to get on board kind of thing. So it's how much money they can spend, I don't know what the problem is now. The Hispanic community, they said, sucks to be y'all, man. They went back to the village. That's not what's really going on. This birthright citizenship thing, what they're talking about is they need to be able to check the ID of every mother giving birth. You're giving birth, you must be, showing your papers, please, so that you get papers for your baby. So we have Gwen Stremick, one of the activists here. She's learning to be a midwife. She's got like another year internship. She's been birthing a whole bunch of babies. That's always good to have. Somebody knows how to birth some babies. So this is the unintended consequences of this kind of behavior. This freedom just kind of leaks out between the fingers. I don't know. I go, what are the papers that you have to do when you do midwifery? And she says, well, we are encouraged to present them with the blah, blah, blah. And then they have no obligation. Hey, here's the paper, send it if you want, and have a nice day, enjoy your child, and boom, we're out of here. Okay, well, that'll change. You watch. So the had various different agencies down there. What was the timing of the fighter jets? I don't even understand what that was all about.
Like I said, I didn't see the jet shoot up, but it looked to me like it was a missing man formation that went over directly at noon, because that was right when I was getting out of my car.
Because there were two pairs. They had, F-16s. There was two, and then two behind them. So what you're talking about, it's kind of like
when I got there and when I looked out of my car, there were 5 in a V formation, and that's the missing man formation. But I didn't see, because I was behind the building, if one shot up in the air. And if one did, then it was obviously a tribute to somebody who had died. But if not, then it was just a flyover for the sake of because we can spend taxpayer dollars on jet fuel. I mean, let's go. Let's have some fun with someone else's money. And just an interesting point, someone emailed me, I don't know why or how this activist was in New Mexico for their governor's inaugural deal the other day, but apparently he was saying there was a big show of force for the New Mexico governor inauguration ceremony. So it obviously this isn't just isolated to Arizona. And like we were saying at the beginning of the show, this is, let's have a show of force to let the people know who's really in charge, and let's have some fun military flyover so we can get the kids all amped up about, yay, military, daddy, I want to be a pilot, and I want to go kill brown people in Afghanistan. And that's, we're just promoting the American way of life here.
You know what I think is probably a big surprise to them is we don't care. I mean, it's got to the point now to where we're just like, we're past this. It's not like we're going to go down and fix it by still voting. I mean, so I wonder what kind of impact that has on them. They were probably anticipating, because if we were going to do something big thing, we might have called Al Ramirez and said, Al, we're going down.
I saw Al. I didn't say hi because he was kind of behind the fence, and I wanted to go say, hey, Al, why can't I go on my public property over there? But so on that point, you're absolutely right. That's what the chain link was for, because we noticed a huge difference after 1070 passed in activism here in Arizona. Because of 1070, there was tons of activism at the Capitol, and people were upset about the immigration law, and there was a lot of protesting and demonstration all over the place. Sheriff Joe, Jan Brewer, Russell Pierce were all getting this. And then there was an incident of police violence. I can't recall the details, but, cops do bad things. And there was this huge outcry. The cop had shot mom had called because their kid was unruly, and the cop ended up shooting him. Don't call the cops to parent, right? But the point was, after that, there was this huge backlash of people protesting at Sheriff Joe's office, at the downtown Phoenix Police Department office, and at the Capitol over this issue. And I was looking at it going, that I don't think that they're protesting in such great numbers over this because they're mad at the officer. They should. This is a tragic situation, but there's more activism and protesting going on because of 1070. Now, any issue that comes up, there's activists that are ready to go, that are angry, but you're right. We didn't see it today. But I expected it. And I think they expected it too.
Yes, they did. And I don't think they understand what they do. I got a picture up now of Russell Pierce, Sarah Palin, and Sheriff Joe. I mean, it tells you everything. We'll talk about some more what's going on here when we come back here in just a little bit. You stay right there.